Hey guys, Mike Hanselman, owner of Small Arms Pistol Academy, and I wanted to make a video because I've had a lot of people ask me what type of things I actually bring out to the range. It depends on a lot of different factors, so I'll walk up here and I'll just show you what I have. From back here though, you guys can see I do have some paper targets. Now the range I actually come out and shoot at, oops, wrong direction, is my own range. You can see I also have steel targets. I think you can see it over there. Yeah, there's a bunch of steel targets and things out here too, but let's come back down to the paper. So I do bring paper targets depending on what I'm going to be doing. Now, I did bring out a war belt with me today. That way I could practice drawing from a drop leg setup instead of concealment all the time. But I do have my inside the waistband holster right now because I will be running from concealment first. And then after I start warming up, I will eventually switch over to that drop leg. So let me get over to the range bag and I'll just point out some things. Number one, if you have, a device, a firearm, whatever, and you can put holes in something, make sure you have a med kit so you can also stop bleeding if you need to. Ammo. You could bring boxes of ammo. I'm not a huge fan of that. So what I have is just a bunch of magazines already loaded up and then spare ammo in here so I can just fill them up as I'm going along. I do have an outside the waistband holster and I also have an inside the waistband holster. So depending on how I want to train, I could start utilizing different holsters. That way I can see, my time with one versus the other, whatever it is. So practice a bunch of different ways. Here in New York State, like where I live, you can only conceal. I personally prefer to conceal utilizing an inside the waistband versus that outside. But a lot of times people here do use an outside the waistband because we get a lot of snow. So you probably have clothing that you could conceal that firearm up very easily. A shot timer. Shot timers are like my favorite thing out at the range. Now, I do want to be honest about a shot timer though. The time isn't everything. If you do a drill super fast, but you're not hitting a target, you still suck. It doesn't matter how fast you do the drill, unless you're doing the drill with 100% accuracy, in my personal opinion. So make sure you're there on the accountability for your shot placement. Then add a shot timer to add a little bit of extra stress to your range. I'm going to move this stuff just out of the way for a second. RE Rangers. These are the glasses that I use depending on the actual weather. I have different lenses in here. I could switch them out. It's really sunny today, so I might end up rocking a pair of purple lenses. We'll see when I start shooting what I decide to use. All right, I do have a couple different guns with me today. This one, we're gonna unload it. It's still a loaded magazine, but this firearm here, it's the same thing of what I've been carrying, the MR920. I did change out my sights, a front and a rear sight, so I do have to adjust those. So I do have one more thing in my bag I'm gonna show you guys. And the easiest way to adjust iron sights on a pistol is actually by using a sight pusher. Now this is made by Real Avid. The reason I like this one is portable. I don't have to mount it to a workbench, bring my gun out to the range, and then go back to my garage to adjust things, come back to the range and see if it's correct. I can just bring it with me and adjust it, mobile, which is nice. All right. So I'm rocking the pink one, and this is just going to be a magazine loader. The reason these are really nice, first let me, explain why I'm rocking pink. Most people that I shoot with are not going to steal this from me. I know I could just write my name on here or whatever. I don't care what color it is. This is what they had at the store. So this is the one that I ended up keeping for myself and buying because I don't care what color it is. What it's going to do is allow me to load up my magazines with ammo a lot easier because you can just press this and it'll push the round down for you. So pretty convenient tool right there. Last couple things I have in my range bag, and I'm not going to take them all out. I also have a cleaning kit, lube, stuff like that. But clamps, I don't always have a stapler with me, or if your stapler jams up and you can't fix it or something, it's just nice to have clamps so you can just hook that to your paper targets. So I have a bunch of those inside my range bag. And the last thing, hearing protection. As far as brand and stuff goes, I'm a huge fan of the Slim Design earmuffs by Razer, or Walker Razors, I should say. They're really nice. I do like these. As far as glasses go, the Ranger glass is one of my all-time favorite shooting glasses, mainly because the wire of them is, or the frame of it is like a wire. So when you have your hearing protection on, it's not pushing against your ears and making it hurt. As far as what medical stuff to get, if you don't know how to use medical supplies, honestly, just grab tampons, unscented tampons. If you have a bullet hole in something, a tampon can go inside that hole and it's going to expand out, so they'll work. If you don't know what you're doing, just make sure you can stop the bleeding as quick as possible. So that's a quick breakdown of what I actually have inside my range bag. Again, there's other things in here like gummy bears in case I get hungry, random stuff, all right? But we don't need to pull all that out. These are my essentials when I'm going to the range, and it changes depending on what my goal at the range is going to be. So on my person, even though I took my holster off, I also have a holster. I think you guys can see this. This is just a magazine holster, so I could also rock things right here. And because I'm going to start from concealment, I just have it on my belt already. Last thing that you guys didn't really see is my belt. I'm not going to show you my belt. That's weird on the camera right now. I'll put a link in the comments or something for you guys, or in the description of the video. But I do run a Hanks gun belt, and that's just a regular looking belt. So it's nothing tactical looking like this. It's something that I just wear every single day. It's a belt that's designed to carry the weight of spare magazines, your firearm, your holster, and not have any sag. It's not going to collapse over. It's a real nice everyday, carry belt. So I do have a Hanks gun belt on. Again, down in the description, I'll make sure I leave a link or something for you guys. And that's basically all I have in here. So I'm going to start loading everything up, getting geared on, and then I'm going to start shooting.